What's up, guys? Waz checking in with another project here that I'm starting. And I know it's been a little while since I've put up a video, but springtime's almost here, so it's time to do some more projects. And today, as you can see, we're going to be working on the countertops in the kitchen. I already did a little bit of prep work. I had a bunch of caulk from the previous owner. This was all gobbed up in this crevice here. So, and basically, so I did all that. And basically what, like I just showed a second ago, so I'm using this Spreadstone countertop finishing kit. And I'll show you what's in the kit here in a second. But it's a simple, probably one of the more simple kits to do for the countertops, to make them just give a different look, give it that kind of stone granite finish without the heavy cost of granite. So we don't have much countertop here, but it's enough. You know, we want to make it look a little nicer. So in the kit, you get the directions, step-by-step directions. Of course, they give you a mask. Don't need that. And they even give you directions on how to put on the mask. Junk. And they give you two different sandpapers. So you got a 120 grit, which I'll explain in a minute, and then they give you a 60 grit, which I'll also explain. That's the receipt. So then also in the kit you get, there's 3 steps, as I said. You get the clear coat, there's your base coat, and they have this nice little convenient tray they give you with a couple rollers, paintbrush. It's only a 4-inch roller, but that's fine. They also give you this smoother tool. I'll explain that in a second. And then of course the second step of the stone. So, and there's another, they give you an extra stone coating in there as well. Oh, I'm sorry, I almost forgot. A DVD on how to do it. Instructional DVD. Alright, so step 1, as you can see, is the base coat. And then you go to the stone coat. And then you go to the clear coat. So base coat just kind of like a primer, pretty much. And then that's when your sandpaper comes in. So they recommend that you take the 120 grit sandpaper after your stone coat, and you do 1 or 2 coats of this, and then you hit it with the sandpaper, and it kind of brings the stone speckles out of this coating. And then once you're done that, then you use your clear coat, of course, to cover, to seal it in, cover it up, and just make it to where you're not going to scuff the surface. So, but just second peek here. So like I said, they give you this tray, and then they also they give you your rollers that you need for each one, and they recommend, in the directions here, I've already read them, but they recommend, use your paintbrush for all 3 coatings, but you got to wash it with soap and water, obviously in between. And then also, just to explain this real quick, this smoother tool, it's optional, but what they say in the directions for this is, after you apply your stone coating, but before it dries, you can use this smoother tool. I guess maybe instead of the sandpaper. I don't know. I think that might be a little challenging, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do the sandpaper and call it a day. But so this is the prep. Kind of taped up the sink, as you can see there, and just trying to keep everything protected. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some sanding. I'm gonna pre-sand this countertop, and they recommend that online, not necessarily in the directions, but I've watched a few other videos online, and that's, I think, why they gave you this 120 grit. So I'm gonna take this 120 and just scuff up the current countertop, get it to be a better surface for the paint to adhere to, and then I will be right. Alright guys, I'm back. So as you can see, we got the, oops, standing in the shadow, or making a shadow. We got the base coat on, and I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up too good with the shadows, but so as you saw in the first part of the video, the countertops were the butcher block look, fake of course, but like I said, I don't know if you can pick that up, but you can still see some of the butcher block like lines from the countertop here. So this has been 2 coats, and it looks really good. It's definitely turned out like I was hoping. So that part of it's good, but I think I'm gonna have to do a 3rd coat. Like I said, the shadowing's kind of, I got lights behind me, but yeah. So couple little things I wanted to comment on. Well, first of all, as you can see, I didn't tape off the back here. And if there's a question, if you guys are wondering why, it's because that's going to be a little preview, I guess, for another video that I'm going to probably do about the backsplash that I'll be putting up. So I don't really care about that. Of course, over here on this side is not going to get the backsplash, just the actual back of the wall there. So that's why I didn't tape that up. Another thing I wanted to kind of comment on, if you guys do end up doing countertop painting like this, as I said in the first part, there was a bunch of caulk in here, and to make that kind of transition from the wall to the countertop seamless, I get that, but I would definitely get all that caulk up. I had an excessive amount, I feel like, and I made a definite effort to do that, to get that all up. So I just wanted to make a comment about that as well. Oh, and so another part of this is the sink. So, another part of the comments that I want to make. So, some of the videos I saw, guys, when they did this, or when they did any kind of treatment on the countertop, they would pull the sink out. Well, I just installed this sink actually a few weeks ago, maybe a month or 2 ago, and it wasn't the easiest thing, but it wasn't hard, but I just felt like I didn't want to take this back out after I just put it in. So as you can see, I taped it up, and I feel like that's fine. I mean, paint pretty much will scrape off of stainless anyway, so if I did get paint on it, I think I'm okay. So just a little tidbit, but yeah, overall it's going good. So I'll be next time I come back here, I will be done the base coat, and I'll be showing you the stone coat. So catch you guys in just a bit. Alright guys, I'm back, and as you can see behind me, I've finished the stone coat, and I'll show you that right now. I don't know if hopefully the camera's picking it up, but I will say that I am very, very impressed with how this turned out and went and applied and everything. I mean, the whole process. I mean, it's just, like I said, I hope it's coming through on the camera, but it pretty much looks like stone. I mean, it looks like a piece of granite. So what I ended up doing is so I ended up doing 3 base coats, because the base coat, it was just, I think I said that in the last little clip, but if I didn't, anyway, yeah, I did 3 coats of that because it just was, it needed that 3rd coat. The butcher block was still showing through, and I just felt like, that's what it needed. So and I'm glad I did it, because this stone coat is I don't want to say it's like clear, it's definitely colored, but it's not a real, like how do I want to say it? It's not a real dense color, I guess. It's just kind of like a coating. So basically, I I did one coat, or after the three base coats, I did the one coat of the stone, and it's very, very thick. And you got to mix it very well, as it says in the directions. And I actually painted it on. I started out doing the edges, obviously with the paintbrush and all that, and then I tried to do the roller, because that's what the directions say. That's what I've seen online. But the roller just didn't work for me. It really you would apply it, you would go to kind of spread it, and that first little blip, right when you hit the surface, the first 4 inches, I don't know, first couple inches, was all the stone was right there. It just didn't spread very well. So I went back, and I did all this with just paintbrush, and I feel like the paintbrush spread it a lot better, and it coated it, and it was easier to spread the material, the little chips of rock or stone, with the paintbrush. But it took longer, a little bit longer, not much, but it also I could only do like strips, so it's not like regular paint where you can paint a whole section. It was pretty much one strip and spread it a little bit, and then a next strip, so on and so forth. That's the technique that worked for me, and just so a little bit of advice there. Also, so I did one coat of stone, one coat of the stone coating, and I had some bare spots that after it dried, I could see it. There was just bare spots, so I just wanted to, they say touch it up if you want, or whatever, it's to your discretion. So at first I was touching it up, then I eventually just pretty much did a second coat on the whole thing, and I mean, it turned out, as you can see, pretty dang cool, pretty dang good. Again, very impressed with the product, very impressed with the way it went on, and it dries fast. Even the base coat, they say wait, direction says wait a half an hour. I mean, that's right on. You can definitely do the base coats half an hour, or whatever. So yeah, and it took pretty much, for this size kitchen, I don't know the measurements, and you can see the size of it. It's not very big, not a lot of countertop, but enough. It took me pretty much the full little quart, I think it's a quart, of base coat. I got 3 coats out of that, and then it took me the full quart of stone, because you use a lot more of that. So 2 coats of stone took a full quart for this, for this kitchen here. So again, very impressed, guys. And I still got to do the clear coat. That'll be tomorrow. They say let it cure, quite a few hours. I think 6 to 8 hours or something like that. But I'm just gonna let it go overnight. It's the end of the day, so it's pretty late at night now. But so come back tomorrow. I'm gonna sand it down like it recommends with the sandpaper, and then I'll come back with a clear coat, and that'll be done. Finish it off. And then next up, like I said, little preview. So we'll be doing the backsplash as well, and then also we're going to repaint these cabinets. The wife and I are going to repaint the cabinets here. We're going to paint them a different color, still chalk paint, but a different color. So might have 2 videos coming at you. I don't know if I'll combine them or not. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. So thanks for watching. Hit that like, subscribe button. I know it's been a little while since I posted the video, but thanks for all, thanks for any comments. Make any comments, ask me any questions. I'll definitely tell you about the experience here. That's about it, guys.